Hi everybody, I'm Annie from BlackNerd Coffee.
Hey, this is Elliot.
And today we are going to talk about our first love, which is the Chemex. And so if you have our shirts or our mug, you notice the logo, it's the Chemex. Beautiful vessel, so you can make your coffee in this, but you can also serve from this. So this comes in different sizes. How many cups is this one?
So I think this is a 6-cup Chemex.
Yep.
So this is the larger one if you're buying it online.
Yep. And so really all you need is your Chemex vessel, your filter, and your coffee, and then a grinder.
Yep. Let's
All
make some coffee.
All right, so we're going to do 40 grams of our medium roast Ethiopia Sidamo coffee, and we are going to grind it to a medium coarse grind size. Now we've ground our coffee to a medium coarse grind size. This is a Chemex filter. Anything you want to talk about with this one?
So there's different ways to fold or unfold it. For us, the most straightforward way to just kind of fold and unfold it is you're gonna kind of pop it open, and then there's three layers on one side and 1 layer on the other side. The 3 layers is gonna go on the spout side, and then you're going to hot the pot and wet the filter.
All right, and so now what we're gonna do is wet the filter and hot the pot. So hotting the pot means that you're just doing exactly that. You're putting the hot water in so that when you put your coffee in later, that the pot is already hot, so your coffee stays at a nice temperature. All right, and so we are just going to wet the filter. This just helps it kind of stay in place. Again, the water's going through. The hot water is on the bottom, so we'll swirl that around in a second.
Swirl that around. Nice and hot. And then we're going to pour that out and get ready.
Yeah.
All right, so for 40 grams of coffee, for the Chemex, we usually do like a 1 to 17.5 coffee ratio. So if you're doing that math at home, that comes out to about 700 mLs of water.
And while he's doing all of that nerdy stuff, I just want to say that the coffee smells delicious. So you want to make sure that the bed is kind of flat in here. So you'll see that we kind of shake it around a bit so that there's an even surface here. We tear the scale to make sure it's 0, so that it's measuring the water that we're pouring in. All right. And so you just want to start pouring in with your fresh coffee. You'll see that it's blooming. Elliot, do you want to talk to them about what blooming is?
Sure. So you're going to pour about 3 or 4 times the amount of coffee. So for 40 grams, you're going to pour about 150 grams of water in there. And then you're going to see that just kind of nice bloom and bubbling from the coffee. That just lets you know that your coffee's freshly roasted and freshly ground. And just, I mean, if you could just sit here right now and smell
Get
that.
the smell-o-vision.
It smells amazing, right? Yeah. So that typically, like, your first pour is the bloom pour. And then after that, you just kind of keep going. So I think we're trying to get to 700.
700 ml. So this time I can have a cup of coffee and you can have a cup of coffee.
Right, exactly.
All right, and so I just do concentric circles. This is really why it's important to have a gooseneck kettle like this, so that you can really get in there and pour over into your coffee.
So we have a couple kettles here at the house, but this one from Fellows it gets a lot of use and mileage out of us when we're making our coffee. So shout out to Fellows.
What do you like most about the Chemex?
I mean, besides from the fact that it makes like a really good cup of coffee, it also just looks really nice, like on the kitchen shelf. I mean, when we're done, like when we wash this out, we're just gonna put it on the shelf. I mean, it's a really nice design. I mean, do you know that it's actually in the Museum of Modern Art?
I did know that.
Of course you did. I feel like the coffee dripping into the Chemex would make a really good like screensaver. Like take 30 seconds to just relax and watch this coffee drip out.
Alright guys, so about 200 more ml we're going to do for this one to make our perfect cups of coffee.
You don't need more than that. There you go.
Oh, I don't know.
That's close.
$6.99.9.
700.2. It's all good. So, once the coffee is ready, you are going to want to pour yourself and your partner a cup. And, well, this is another one of the cups that we have, but you're going to want to pour yourself a cup in your BlackNerd Coffee mug. These are available on the websites. They are excellent gifts for coffee drinkers and non-coffee drinkers, tea drinkers, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And just another way to show your BlackNerd Coffee love.
You want to make sure that you pick this up by the collar because it is very hot in here. So just this. All right.
A little swirl, and I'm ready for my coffee. All right. And that's how you make BlackNerd Coffee with the Chemex brew method. Enjoy.